Are y'all ready to get into this episode 4?
Let's do it.
All right, Remy. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear what Serg's got to say. I know you said this was another difficult one for you, Serg.
It is.
But yeah, this is episode 4 of the GodzillaNerds Podcast, and today we're going to be talking Godzilla Gmk. One of the hosts, Donald. You guys can go ahead and introduce yourself. Once again.
I'm Nick.
Serg.
I'm Remy.
All right, and we're back with episode 4. So, Remy, of course, we have to. I can't wait to hear what Serg's going to say. So, Remy, we're going to go ahead and start this off with you. Since you picked the movie, it's only right that we started off with you. And we're going to get right into it. Right off the bat, favorite sequence or scene in this film?
Started off with a hard one. That's a tough one, man. God. I think my favorite sequence in this film is when Mothra's like dust particles go on King Ghidorah, and then you just see his eyes open up, and like the two wings appear over the city, and he like flies up, and he has like that golden color, and like the music picks up too, and Godzilla shoots his atomic breath, and there's a shield all around him, and he blasts it back at Godzilla. That's my favorite scene, because I remember when I was watching that when I was little, that just gave me so many chills. I was like, "Ooh, oh, it's on! Let's go!" It's the final battle.
And that was fire. That was a fire scene. What about you, Nick? What was your favorite sequence or scene in Godzilla GMK?
For me, we see a lot of, Mothra and Ghidorah and other Godzilla movies. Bringing Baragon into this, I have to say, is my favorite because we finally got to see what he looks like and how he actually battles. That for me is my favorite.
Okay. I enjoyed Baragon too. Me and my oldest boy was actually watching it. He was like, "It's red Godzilla." I was like, "Oh, this is Baragon." So he watches a lot of the Godzilla films with me. So which is cool because I actually have somebody to watch it with me. Because my wife, she tries to get into the older ones, but it's kind of hard for her to get into. I've been watching Godzilla for so long, so for her it's like I'll just stick to the older ones. Serg, I'm gonna bring it to you. Sequence or scene in this film?
Favorite scene? That's easy. That's when Godzilla smokes Baragon, because that's brutal. That's brutal, man.
That was the most brutalist death ever.
Baragon got destroyed.
Yeah. You feel bad for him, and then he's trying to get out of the little canyon area, and and then he's toast. There's also I've seen that one in GIF form too. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's my favorite scene.
I would have to agree with you, Serg. An honorable mention though is when Godzilla was walking through the city, and you can see Mothra flying behind him. I thought that was awesome before he turned around and smoked her. But I will say the way that Godzilla dominated Baragon, he mollywalked. I felt so sad for you don't really feel sorry for Godzilla opponents, but man, he was punishing Baragon. See Baragon trying to crawl away, and Godzilla just hits him with his atomic breath. I mean, Godzilla was stomping on him. Godzilla was having his way with Baragon. I was like, Godzilla, let up a little bit, but then also still enjoyed it because I like seeing that Godzilla when he's destructive, he's angry, and he's mad. So I would have to agree with you, Serg, on that one. Now I have to ask this question since Serg said this was difficult for him. So I'm going to start with you, Remy. So what were some of the things that you disliked about this film?
Oh, damn. Oh, God.
I can't wait for Serge to answer.
Guys, I'm gonna hate the movie.
Nothing really. I don't really have any freaking complaints with this movie. To me, this is like one of the best Godzilla films out there. I mean, yeah, sure, it's weird that King Ghidorah's a good guy, but I don't mind that. I think it's a cool twist that King Ghidorah is actually one of the protectors now instead of a villain.
Yeah, I thought that was. I thought it was different. I thought it was different. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. What about you, Nick? That you had with this film, if any?
My dislike? Baragon dying. That was my dislike.
You're like, no. You're like, no, my boy.
The way he got blasted, but he knew it was coming. He opened his eyes and he was like, I'm just going to take this hit like a champ.
Oh, yeah, he was like, well, I'm dead.
First cameo of the movie, first death of the movie.
Yeah.
I think one of the.
They did him dirty. Poor Baragon.
I think one of the most funniest scenes was in this movie when he jumped off that hill and Godzilla.
Oh God,
that's right. Godzilla turns around. He's like, get out of here. He's like, boy, you don't.
Godzilla.
Just lands up.
Godzilla dominated him like the whole fight. I was like, bro. I was like, oh man, he jumped off the hill. Godzilla just bam, and he just went around.
Didn't care.
Serge, what about you? What did you have any dislikes with this film? If so, what were they?
Okay.
Oh God! He cracked his knuckles. Oh, we're down.
No. You know what? Okay, so disclaimer. I enjoy the movie. I definitely enjoy the movie. The thing I just couldn't get behind, like it just kind of bugged me the whole time, was King Ghidorah being a good guy. You know, because mind you, I've been watching these movies since the 80s. It's a long time. It's a long time for me. Since the 80s.
Right.
First one that I ever saw, King Ghidorah's a bad guy. And every other movie except this one, you know, he's been a bad guy. So, I don't know. I mean, because we've seen Godzilla be bad guy, good guy, anti-hero. Mothra has always been a good chick, whatever, moth. And so I just couldn't. I don't know. It just kind of weirded me out. That's probably my main criticism is just that. It's just the story just felt weird to me because of that. But he was good in it. King Ghidorah was great. Yeah, like I said, I may not really care for that too much, but I'm still able to enjoy it. I'm still able to enjoy it because it's a Godzilla movie, and you know some of my favorite monsters are in it. The other thing, okay, so
It's like,
Godzilla's design is a little funny to me. I don't know. That whole neck thing, like, when he's smoking Baragon, and you know, you get the side view of him, and he's just got that kind of like, I don't know, that weird neck bulging thing.
Yeah, that grandpa belly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like you can tell like the person in there in that suit, his head is right there. You know, that's what it seemed like to me. So that was if they just kind of had fixed that, I think he would be fine. I love his dorsal plates, but
dorsal plates was fire.
Yeah. What about the white eyes though? What do you think of the white eyes?
In the context of the movie and why he is like that, I think it's good. I could get behind that because there's a reason behind it. But I also think, but going back to the story, is because, okay, so it's a Millennium series, right? Millennium series is
right?
notably cut up. It's not even much of a series because almost most of the movies don't even correlate, with the exception of the Kiryu saga, right? Most of them are standalone. So I think that's partially why, is that this one kind of comes out of nowhere and it's just different. But then again, they're all different. So I prefer the cohesiveness of Showa and Heisei. That's my thing. But forgetting all of that, it's still an enjoyable movie. And it's just that neck thing, man. It just looks weird to me. I can look past the snout. Okay, so his snout was kind of real, like a little boxy there to me. But I'd be fine with that. The wide eyes are cool, but I don't know, bro. It just looks like Godzilla just needs to go to the doctor or something. I don't know. Chiropractor, something. Anyways,
Okay.
so yeah, so I like I said, I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it's a great movie. But those are my criticisms. It's only 2 criticisms. It's not that bad.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
What about you, Donald?
Yeah. The dislikes that I had, it did take me a while. Well, first of all, the dislikes I had, I didn't like how the guards was touching on Yuri. I ain't like that. And I ain't like that guy dropped her in the water either. I ain't like that. I was mad at him about that. Look, Yuri was looking good, but I ain't like how they was touching on her. But I think for me, I think it was more so. I did have to get used to the Godzilla design. It took me a minute to get used to his eyes, right? His eyes, and even the way that he was like shaped. Like, you know how you have those old skinny guys, but they have that belly. That's like how he was built.
That's it.
He's dad bod Godzilla.
So it took me a minute to kind of get used to it, but I think for the destruction that he had, a lot of that I thought it made up for it, because I really liked how destructive this Godzilla was. It was like everybody against Godzilla, and Godzilla was like, "Look, bring it on!" Because he not only did he blast Mothra up, he dominated Baragon, and he was threw Ghidorah into a building, and he was taking on everybody. He was killing the military, like he was just doing everything. But I think for me, it was his design. And then I think me having to get used to Ghidorah actually being the good guy. Because we've seen Godzilla good and bad, but it doesn't look off when he's either good or bad. But like for King Ghidorah, it's like, all right, wait a minute, he's teaming up with Mothra.
Yeah.
So it was weird, but the movie was good. So I end up getting behind it, as the story went on, because there was actually a lot of action in this movie. So I was able to get behind it. So overall, it was a great, great, great film. I think one of the better ones, actually. So I would say, but like I say, Yuri was the biggest thing. I like how they was testing on that young lady. I ain't like that.
Okay.
And Nick, this for you. I know you said Baragon died. So how did you feel about the role of Baragon? And would you like to see him in any future MonsterVerse films if given a chance?
Yes, I would like to see him more in like a future MonsterVerse film, because I felt like they didn't give him enough action or film time. My man died within the first scene of the movie, for God's sake. Like, he got blasted within the first scene.
That made him look like straight trash in this movie.
Exactly. And then, like, you see him in the Godzilla game, he busts everyone's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's like,
no, he could be pretty strong, but
yeah, like you could do so much more with him. I feel like, Legendary and Warner Brothers could do a lot with Baragon in this day and age.
I agree with that, Nick. Yeah, I do too.
Because his design, his charisma, his strength, and for God's sake, he digs underground.
Hollow Earth, right there.
Yeah.
He could live with the Hollow Earth.
Exactly.
They have potential with him. Exactly. Like, plus,
there's so
he
much
would
with
fit
him.
the MonsterVerse. Like the MonsterVerse style, he would fit that perfectly, I feel.
Very perfectly, actually. So,
Yeah,
I would like to see him in more films.
What about you, Remy?
Well, to be honest, Baragon is like probably one of my top 5 Toho kaiju. Actually, like I love him.
Uh-huh.
Like he's one of my favorite kaiju of all time, and this film made me love him. Like even though yes, he does get his butt kicked like very badly by Godzilla, doesn't even put up that good of a fight. I just feel like if they were like Baragon to me, from what I gathered from this movie, always seemed like that underdog, kind of scrappy kaiju that was willing to tackle any opponent, even if it meant that he wasn't going to win. Like I just admire that about his character, and I feel like if he was to come into the MonsterVerse, I feel like Legendary should push for that kind of character development, like actually have a character development for a kaiju where Baragon starts off as a loser and then slowly but surely builds his way up to actually winning a fight on his own without any help from another ally. Like to me, that would be awesome.
They treated Baragon like a great value and Gears. Bro, that's how they literally did him like that. Like, bro, I don't even know if he
fight, to be honest.
Like, Godzilla was like, I don't know, God.
You guys gave me a punching bag for the first round.
And that's one of my favorite lines. She was like, well, he don't stand a chance. She knew Godzilla.
It's like Godzilla looked at Baragon and went, okay. So anyway, I started blasting.
Serg, what about you? Would you like to see Baragon in any future MonsterVerse films if given the chance?
Well, yeah, I want to see him, and I want to see him not die. You know, like so quickly. He was so expendable. You know, and yeah, I mean, maybe I think y'all want a Baragon standalone movie. That's what I think y'all want, which would be cool. And to be honest, he's not one of my favorite kaiju, but I like him. I think he's cool, and I think they did him dirty. I would have preferred to have, okay, so maybe he's down, not cindered, right? But and see him join up with Mothra and King Ghidorah, near the end, as opposed to just blasting him away like that, He became that stereotypical first casualty of the movie that just goes like that. He was that guy. I liked him, and I totally see him as maybe that's Doug. Maybe that's actually Doug. I don't know.
Oh God!
Wow. You know what? Good call.
They built just alike.
That's a baby Baragon. That's a juvenile Baragon right
there. They built just alike.
Yeah.
Or it's Anguirus' cousin. I mean, who knows? I mean, they kind of got that similar kind of movement thing going on. Yeah, but I think the same thing too. That man, they gave him like the Anguirus treatment, apart from Godzilla vs. Gigan. But even then, I like him, and I just don't want him to die in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, they did him dirty. And Baragon is not one of my favorites, but he looked like a straight trash can in the movie. Like, this movie did him no justice. He couldn't even fight back, and then it was even worse when he was trying to climb up that hill and Godzilla was just walking behind. I was like, bro. But I thought they should have gave him more time. But he also got he had a unique design too.
Mm-hmm.
Baragon does have a unique design. They can do a lot with him. Like, he's one of those kaiju that you can do a lot with. Like, even I think they can do a backstory with him. Certain kaiju you can do that backstory with, and I think he's one of them because I think he is a unique kaiju, and I think he would do really, really well on the big screen. I really do. Because, I mean, like I say, his design is unique. Now, as long as they don't have him going up against Godzilla, I would like for him and Godzilla to team up. I think that'll be awesome.
Yes.
I think that'll be dope. I
So he
think that
doesn't
would
get
be really
wrecked within
dope.
the first
I would
5
actually like to
minutes.
see. Oh my bad.
Oh, no, Nick.
What'd you say, Nick? Wait, Nick.
That's like so he doesn't get wrecked in the first 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm sorry, Baragon. I'm sorry. But
I'd actually like to see Gurius and Baragon team up. I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be very cool.
oh,
Cool
now that'd be
tag
awesome.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. Yeah, that would be really, really awesome. Remy, I'm coming to you this time. When you look back at a film like this, what were you able to get out of it besides Baragon getting destroyed?
Oh my god. This is gonna be us just talking about Baragon getting wrecked. Podcast. I'm calling GodzillaNerds. This is our boy Baragon. Rest in peace. That's the podcast should be called now. I don't know what I get. I feel like what I get from this is that I feel like this is probably like what the future of the MonsterVerse kind of should be. I think it should go a little bit like towards like the more mythical side of like the kaiju, because like this one it like explores a lot of mythology, because this is the same director that did the Gamera Heisei trilogy, and you know that incorporated a lot of like mythology into it as well. And so I really admired that with Godzilla, because the Showa series kind of did that too, but they kind of strayed down the sci-fi path like later down the line, which I don't mind at all. I love that they did the sci-fi because they gave us some of the best monsters like Megalon, Gigan, Mechagodzilla, like King Ghidorah, of course.
Right.
But like, I don't know. I just have like a really soft spot for like mythical kind of storylines, because you could do so much with them, and I feel like Godzilla kind of fits that, because kaiju, they're make believe, and you could do whatever you want with them if you kind of go that route.
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes it more believable, and that's probably the realest it will get as far as a sci-fi film for the monsters, just going that mythical path. So I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. Serg, I'll bring this question to you. When you look back at a film like GMK, what were you able to get out of this film?
That Godzilla was freaking brutal. Like that is what I remember this movie as. This is the movie where, man, well, and for good reason too, you know, because he's possessed.
Was
and
he
so,
really?
huh?
Was he really?
Was he really possessed?
Something like that. Well, I don't. He had to be pretty possessed to do Baragon like that.
Again.
But you know, like that's like I said, it's not one of my favorites, but like I said, it's I mean, I enjoy it when I watch it, but what I always think back to this one, and I just think, man, Godzilla was beast in that movie. He was just what is it? Oh, that scene where he's smoking Baragon. I just think, oh man, that's freaking ruthless right there.
Yeah,
no
crazy.
Mercy.
He was off the chain.
Not like the other ones where, you know, he has him down and he just kind of like walks away. No, like this is, you didn't get enough from this one, you know.
This Mortal Kombat finisher.
Yeah, this is fatality style right there. So that's what I think, and that's what I think makes it a very memorable. Is not just the fact like the monsters that he's fighting, but because his character in this movie is a bit more aggressive than I mean most of all the other movies, and so that's what I think about, and that's a cool thing to another side of Godzilla that we get to see, and so I think it's cool in that regard.
And Serge, when you was talking about brutal, it reminded me of that scene in this movie. It's not about Baragon, but it did remind me when he was walking by that hospital when that girl thought he was gone and that tail came back. I was like, oh,
that's my favorite part.
I was like,
that's my favorite part, actually.
I was like, no. I was like, God.
I was actually,
like
I was in the running for my favorite scene, but it just felt wrong.
Yeah,
I know.
I understand. All right, Nick. When you look back at a film like this, what were you able to pull from GMK?
Well, everything Serge said, you know, completely 100, you know, and then what you said with the tail hitting the hospital, poor little girl, rest in peace.
Longer than 1 year.
You know, we actually got to see, you know, in other movies we see Godzilla being the hero of everybody and everything, but we got to see his super destructive side and super ruthless aggression. You know, killing
Mm-hmm.
Baragon, that was hands down like the ruthless thing I've ever seen. And then, you know, blasting Mothra like immediately 180 and just boom. That was
Yeah,
incredible.
that was crazy.
May her like be rest in peace too. God damn, that was ruthless. And
It's like
the whole movie,
This is the
was
closest
ruthless.
to Mortal Kombat in a kaiju film we have.
Like, yeah, this is a kaiju Mortal Kombat. Like, finish him, fatality, brutality.
Like, that was insane how Mothra was just flying up behind Godzilla, and Godzilla turned around like, hold up. And like he just flamed her up. Like
Not only that,
he got her out of there.
We also got to see Mothra use a new weapon. We always used to see her use her scales,
That's
but
right.
we saw her shoot out stingers. Which in, you know, King of the Monsters, we got to see her use her stinger and, you know, shank Rodan. But in this one, we got to see her shoot him as a weapon, which I thought was very good.
Yeah. That was awesome. I forgot all about that, Nick. That was fire. I liked that when Mothra did that. That was awesome. And Godzilla standing there looking crazy with no pupils.
Honestly.
He just goes like this.
Oh yeah, he did.
He runs his chin. He's like,
ain't nothing.
Gross. Exactly.
Like all the military was firing him up in Ghidorah, and he just came out the flames like, I had enough of that. I had enough of it. It's crazy because Godzilla 2014, he was dodging like the Navy ships. Then you go back and watch Godzilla versus Kong and these other ones. He's just going through them. He's blowing them up and he's destroying them. I gotta ask this question. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna hit you with it first, sir. I like to ask you this kind of question. If you could make one scene in this film, what would it be? If you could put a scene together, what would it be?
Okay. Well, it already happened. No, I'm just kidding. No. I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry. No. I said it earlier. Actually, was the one where I would like to have seen, because Godzilla he's brutal in this movie. He's brutal, and you know he's just owning everybody. So he's very powered. I'm not going to say overpowered, but he's very powered up, very strong in this movie. So it's kind of like with Baragon. He didn't stand a chance. So I would have liked to have seen Baragon actually make it, survive the first attack, and team up with Mothra and King Ghidorah in the end. So basically, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, but this time it's Godzilla 3 against 1.
Oh, that would have been fire. I like that idea, sir. See, I knew I could count on you, sir. I knew it, bro. That's why I called on you first. All right, Nick. All right, Nick. If you could create a scene in this film, what would it be, or how would it go?
It's pretty much what I would have said what Serg said. See them all, the three of them team up at the end, not get blasted in the first 5 to 10, 15 minutes of the movie. Yeah, get a little injured, go back in a hole and then, hide and regenerate, and then, meet Mothra and then meet Ghidorah. Like they did in Godzilla versus Gigan, where Godzilla and Anguirus were talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if they could do that, scream at in their version, scream at each other, and then one goes one way, the other goes the other, and one attacks from the middle, and then they come from the side and attack.
That would have been fine there, bro. Nick, I like that idea. I like that. Remy, don't let us down. Don't let us down. Bring it on, brother.
All right, then. I would have the same exact idea, but I would still have Godzilla murder all of them. And then at the last very second, Godzilla gets hit by a fireball. He looks up. He's like, "What the hell?" And you look up, and you see Gamera flying. Because hey, it's the same director. The director's just like,
true.
You know what? Let's implement Gamera. Why the hell not? Let's do it. What if there was a fourth Guardian monster that I don't know about, and Gamera's the most powerful? And then we finally get that Godzilla versus Baragon fight we've been waiting for.
A fair fight.
All right.
Yes, fair fight.
Yes.
Exactly.
Fair fight.
We have the Gamera from Gamera 3 show up, and then he fights GMK Godzilla.
I
Yeah.
don't know what got into Godzilla when he met Baragon. It's like I told you, straight trash can.
You know what? I think it was because of his neck. I think Godzilla. I think Godzilla was mad in this entire movie because they just needed a good chiropractor, and nobody offered to help him.
That's how I look in the morning. My kid's been kicking me all night. You get up, just want to blast everybody away.
Well, this is going to be a twist for me, right? So you have the Godzilla and Baragon fight, right? So we just take Godzilla destroying him out the equation. Just beat him, bad enough to where we say Baragon submits to Godzilla, right? And now we have Baragon team up with Godzilla, and they take on Mothra and King Ghidorah. I would have liked to see that. I would have liked to see Baragon get some more action in there.
That would have been a helpful twist.
Dark side. Yeah.
I would have really, really enjoyed that. And but like I said, Godzilla in this movie, geez, man, he he was bad. He was pretty bad. Godzilla was bad.
Bad is not even the word.
No.
I felt bad for
metal.
Baragon. All right, Remy, this your movie. So out of 5 stars, how would you rate this film?
I think I'm gonna go with a 5 out of 5 on this one.
Okay. 5 out of 5. Okay, you sure, Remy? You sticking with 5 out of 5? You positive?
I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Because I just realized, I'm like, wait, yeah, they did kind of kill Baragon off, and I wish he had a little bit more to do. So maybe 4 out of 5.
I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Because I didn't like how they was touching on Yuri. So I'm gonna say a 4 out of 5. I'm gonna say a 4 out of 5. I really like the destruction of Godzilla. I thought Godzilla was I really love that Godzilla. Not my favorite design, but I was able to get around it because of how destructive and terrifying he was. Also, with the team up with Mothra and Ghidorah, I thought that was something different. That was a different element. So I respected that. I really liked that. So I would have to say a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 for me. It was a lot of action too. I don't think a lot of people realize how much action was in those older Godzilla films. It was a lot of like Godzilla. And I like how the older Godzillas do it. They, have the story for most part of the movie, and then after that, it's all action. If you can get through the story, and then towards the end, it's nothing but action. So I'll say a 4 out of 5. What about you, Nick? How would you rate this film out of 5 stars?
4.5. Because
okay.
They did something I don't think any of the other Godzillas thought of, other than Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, where King Caesar was a guardian monster. Just like a solo guardian monster. And here they had 3 guardian monsters taking on one pure evil, which I thought was pretty cool. Because other than that, we haven't seen any other guardian monsters in any other Godzilla films. And to bring it into this one was pretty good.
All right, Serg, you ready to give it a 3 out of 5? What we looking at?
Bro.
Ready to give it 2?
Negative. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Serg.
No. No, I did just think of something. No, I will give it a 4 out of 5 because despite the fact that there's some stuff that's just kind of weird to me, it was a good movie. I can separate, my opinions versus, well, what is the value of it as a movie? That has a lot of value. It's I think it's a really good movie. Like I said, not one of my favorites, but also people love it, and people love it for a reason because Godzilla's brutal, Baragon dies, all that good stuff. But so 4 out of 5. I want to say like 3.5, but no, it's a good movie. And the ending is really cool. So I would say 4 out of 5. But in thinking about it right now, it just popped into my head that what if the story would have changed a little bit instead of because I think to me what was weird is like thinking that Ghidorah is a guardian now, as opposed to every single other movie, right? To me, that was just weird. So what if, this Godzilla is very different than all the other Godzilla. You know, he's not himself. He's not himself either. So what if it was more of kind of like, okay, again, the reverse of Ghidorah the three-headed monster. Mothra going to these other monsters and saying, hey, Godzilla's, now he's the threat. He's going to wipe us all out if we don't get together and protect the world. I think I could have consolidated that much easier than, well, the three-headed dragon who he's been trying to destroy the world since, 1970-something is now a good guy. I think that would have been kind of a cool twist. Either way, 4 out of 5. It was a good movie.
What's up, guys?
Don, would you pick in the next one?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Right.
Who's gonna pick the next one?
I think I got a good one in mind.
You're picking the next one? All right, then.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Throw this down, Tom.
Nick, don't do me like that.